Hey, welcome to my kitchen. So I'm not in the shop today. I want to start a wood turning debate about a few things. First of all, what happens when someone like myself enters the industry or the hobby and that experience. And I also want to talk about the shape of our bowls and how we get there and why, and a few other things, but I'm just going to jump right in. So I got wood turning about 6 months ago. I turned 3 or 4 things. My lathe broke, and it took 2 months for me to get a replacement lathe. So it's been 6 months, and 2 months were like nothing. So really have about 4 month experience, and I turned about, I think I'm at piece number 36 so far, but I'm a bit of a nightmare. I love to learn, and this is why I'm making this video. I want to debate. This is not a show and tell, and I want you to criticize or whatever opinion you have. I want you to say it. But so here I go. When I tried to get into, I felt like there was all this fear put on me. It's like, oh, you're gonna get injured, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and safety this and safety that, and don't buy a skew chisel. And so anyways, that was the first tool I bought, and then I was prepping myself to buy a lathe for the first time. So I watch a bunch of videos, but however, I didn't watch any video of anything being made. I watched a particular video from Worth the Effort, which I'm going to put a link to, called 4 Cuts, because I wanted to understand how tools work. And then I found this channel which really broke my heart, from a dude called Brian Heavens, which had some amazing videos, and the guy, to me, he would have been a star in this industry. And then I found out that he passed away in a car accident, him and his family, and it really broke my heart. But he has some amazing information. I'll put a link to that channel too. There's no reason to subscribe because you won't be uploading anything, but I hope that stays in the internet forever, because it really helped me a lot. So then I got into turning, and I went and bought a chunk of maple from this guy, which it was like, I only had a few tools, no sanding equipment, and I did buy a big honking skew chisel. So my very first piece I made was this, and this is actually from the same chunk of wood. So it was a big honking piece. It could have been the biggest, about 12-inch bowl, but because I was new, I just kept messing it up, and it kept getting smaller and smaller. So we look for success at the end of the day. We're trying to do something. So this is what I did. But the whole irony is that this is off the tool, and you can see it's got some tear out. It's got some tool lines. And you can, when you have something off the tool, and there's a couple here, you'll see you will feel the ridges on the line of the wood, because the softer wood compresses as you cut it. This I understand now, but anyways, this and I put some oil. They got dark, as I don't know, it's kind of ugly now, and like color wise, but it's my first piece, so. And this was me practicing with the skew chisel. This was sanded here and here, and I believe a bit here too, because I had some major lines there. And so that was the first time, and this is the part that blows me away, that I was able to do this the first time out. And yeah, you're probably thinking, I'm not sure what this guy's saying, but hear me out. So this was my second piece. And I really love this piece. This is a piece of also spalted maple I got from the same guy. And again, you can see it's got a bit of tear out and some tool marks. This had like I did try to sand it a bit. I think like I didn't even have any like sanding like stuff like 400 or anything like that. So anyways, I really love this piece. Then I tried a piece of walnut, and this was from a piece that was cut 3 days prior. The tree was cut 3 days prior, and so here's where my argument starts. And now I'm getting kind of like the hang of this, and I'm feeling good, and I have this small piece of wood, but I want to make it as big as possible, so hence I didn't go with the round shape inside. I go deep because I'm trying to gain volume, even though this is more of a RC piece, but we don't know that when we start. So how do we decide shapes, right? So, but ironically, this is balanced. I had a bunch of tool marks here, and then I guess I was rubbing the bevel too hard, and walnut darkened, so I kind of ruined that by, lack of experience. But anyways, that's moving on. This is a piece of maple that I had, so I try, and then I start to watch videos, and it's like, oh, you gotta make a thin piece. I don't know, to me this says nothing. I mean, it's a nice shape. I think I did a good job on it. It most times when I hold it, it tends to still crack. And I don't know. Yes, we look for success as to, don't break it, don't screw it up. But then at the end of the day, are we really happy with it? And in my case, I don't know. This piece says nothing to me. So let's go to where I was turning this huge, about 12 inches. That's what my lathe can handle. Piece of birch that was all like rotting out, and that's what my bearing in my lathe broke, and the piece was falling apart. So, and I wasn't even able to turn around. So I took it off on the side of my deck for 2 months until I got my lathe. I was doing something else and with shellac, so I went every time I went to this piece of wood, which it was basically kind of like a rough turn but awful, and I think I give it like about 8 coats of shellac, because I just wanted, my idea was I was going to put in the garden and put a plant on it or something and make it into that. So 2 months later, I get my new lathe and I'm looking for something to try it out, and I'm like, this thing still had the tenon on it, so I thought, I'm going to reround that tenon and I'm going to finish it. Ironically, it came out like, it didn't behave like it was rotted anymore, I guess. And the detail on the wood is great, and the shape this way is great, but to me the base is too big, and hence is the other thing. I got myself one of those branding irons, and it's way too big. It's like, I guess I was trying to make it all about myself, and so I'm gonna get one of those. Well, actually, like, I have a laser printer now, and I have this image, so I can do it smaller. That's another video I'm gonna do, is like a jig to put bolts and bring it up to focus to my laser. That's another video that I'm gonna be doing. But this, I'm not happy with what I did here. So, anyways, moving on. Here's the bowl that everybody is impressed about. This is a piece of wood that I got from my garage sale from a wood turner that passed away. It sat under this lathe for 15 years, so I wanted to do something cool with it. And I actually brought it to a wood turning meeting for show and tell, and people keep referring, it's a nice piece of wood. And I see, I learned to listen to what people don't say, because they didn't say, oh, that's a nice bowl, that's a nice piece. They say, no, that's a nice piece of wood, and it is. It's a beautiful piece of wood. The problem to me is that I'm the one that did it, because it has a huge base and to me should have been smaller at the bottom and a nicer shape. I mean, it's still a piece, and most people that see it, I mean, several people try to buy it from me, and it's still here anyways. So that's another thing. Hopefully I'm not boring you with this. Here's something else I learned. So this is a piece of Manitoba maple, and I just wanted to make a small high wing thing. And this is a nightmare to like do the inside because you have to be so far from the tool rest. And also still haven't removed the tenon, but I am happy with that shape. Same thing with this. I'm trying to move quicker now. You can see I kind of like abandoned my my branding error and started just using a marker. Then I did this piece. To me, this is very usable, beautiful shape, fits beautiful in your hands. This is spalted maple that was dry, and I was trying a 40-40, and I had done this beautiful pass. It's like perfectly smooth, and then literally as I went through here, this hole up here, and the worm come out, and then I didn't feel it. I thought, I see what happens, and so I did the inside, and it turned out beautiful. And now I so regret putting either glue or epoxy in this little hole. Once you put like your finish, the likelihood of something sticking to that is gonna be, it's too late. But and this is the part that I kind of want to debate, that we reach certain places because of our comfort zone or our experience. Like my gut, my brain, everything was telling me fill that in. But because I had done this such a beautiful pass and I was terrified to not nail this shape again, I didn't do it. And so to me, we're not 100% there. So then I was going to try to make a platter, so I bought this big, same type of wood, spalted maple. It had this big piece, and when I started turning it, it still has the recess. I wish I would have had bigger jaws to make the recess like up to here. I do have them now, but it's too late. But anyways, I was trying a platter for the first time. And as I started shaping it, I realized that, and here is another argument, it's like we're trying to gain volume or shape, style, or what the piece can do. And so this wound up, I couldn't bring myself to make this into a platter, so I made it into a bowl. However, I'm very happy with my decision on that one. Then I had these pieces I have 4 of these blanks. I have no idea what this is, but it's kind of mimics walnut. It turns beautifully. It's opposite to a walnut, where walnut the sapwood is soft and the brown is hard. This is the other way around. This is hard, and this is extremely soft and actually quite hard to get smooth. But anyways, I turned this bowl, and to put your keys and stuff is it's a nice little piece. But the wings and here and there, and then because of the unevenness and the way that I went in, I tend to do a little thicker and then thinner as I go in. So there's a thickness here, a different one here. This one is equal to that, and this one is thinner. And I don't know, again, people don't talk about the stuff I posted online. People say, oh, it's beautiful. And I just sometimes wish that people were more, that we can be more honest without getting all mad about it, and so we can learn and improve on what we do. So that's why I'm doing this video. And so anyways, to me, I wish this brown part was more in the center. So I thought, since I had more blanks, I'm gonna try that again. So then move into this. I try to shift it, and I did a way better job here. High wings, and this was shifted by means of the faceplate, and the next one I try to do even better, understanding I kept shifting in between centers, understanding that it was going to turn into, all these blanks were the same size. You see these two balls here are one side. This is a lot smaller because you every time that I moved it from the 2 points, I had to like read through the whole thing, so it yields. But my goal in this one is, like, again, I didn't I guess that's kind of the style that I develop of going taper, going on the inside, and so that there's a difference in thickness here, here, and here. So I was trying to even that out, which I succeeded, and that brings me to the next thing. It's like, do sometimes, you know, just turn something like this and look for success, meaning like, I didn't screw it up, I turned something, but are we lazy to make it better that we're very happy with? So then there is this is a piece of basswood, and I'm gonna cut this short because there's no much here to discuss. This was rough turn to an inch. Sat in my shop for a couple weeks. Then I put it in a foot dehydrator. I have another video coming up on that and my experience doing that. And dried up and turned. It's slightly off. It's not, it didn't remain true. And this is quickly becoming my favorite piece. It's just a figure. This is a piece of Manitoba maple, and it had basically two branches on each side. So my takeaway from this is the first three pieces that I made, to me the shape was fine, and that was me following my lack of knowledge instinct. Then I start to watch videos and try new tools and stuff, and I just feel like my brain got affected by it. And as much as I need to learn the proper way to use tools, now that I look in retrospect, I think I should follow my own instincts when it comes to this. But the other thing is that I was able to do, and this is, I didn't mention this before, but I was able to do three pieces off the tool, and I was never able to do that again. Then I got all kinds of sanding equipment and different grits and stuff and a scraper, and I feel like I'm going backwards now on most pieces, except this last two, because now I'm playing with a 40-40 gouge, and I'm actually very happy that might be me, the 41 I'm gonna call it. But everything else that you see here was like scraped and sanded, and I just feel like, how is it possible that I was able to do this with no knowledge whatsoever of the tool, and I can get, now that I have more tools, a bigger lathe, better equipment, I'm not able to do something like off the tool. That's what I strive for, and that's mainly what this was about. But anyways, if you made it this far, I love you for it, and yeah, thanks for being here. No need to subscribe or nothing, but if you have a comment, I appreciate that. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.